Twister has been officially announced to come to 4K from Warner Brothers. 4K and Blu-ray pre-orders are currently up for The Fall Guy from Universal. 4K release of Brokeback Mountain has been officially announced by Kino Lorber. Francis Ford Coppola's The Conversation gets a beautiful 4K box set. Shout Factory announces their new July slate, including UHF and Phantoms on 4K, which I hear Ben Affleck is the bomb in. Umbrella announces a fire Blu-ray box set of Late Night with the Devil. The popular horror streaming service Shudder is now a partner label of Vinegar Syndrome. What's that all about? And after 2 years, we finally got an update on Panic Room on 4K. All this and more in the latest Physical Media Report. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 210. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of 4K and Blu-ray. And look, we've got a lot to talk about this week. This has been a good couple of weeks of announcements. We've got some rumors to talk about. We have got some news and announcements. We have got some deals. We have got what is new this week. There is tons of great physical media news to get into today and discuss. But before we get into it, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about physical media on this channel. That is what we do. Blu-rays, 4Ks, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me every single day. So if you like that kind of thing, hit that subscribe button. Also, comment down below, guys, of everything that we talk about today. And we've got some juicy topics to get into. What are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? And what gets those juices flowing the most? Let me know in that comment section below. And then turn on all those bell notifications for future videos. But let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Let's jump into the rumors. And the first rumor that we have is, look, guys, I lumped these into rumors because they're not officially announced, but these, by all accounts, are probably going to be coming at some point. But The Searchers, Warner Brothers is apparently already got a restoration completed for a theatrical screening of this movie. And this is coming to us from the Digital Bits, one of their recent articles within the past couple of weeks. And they are saying on this this article that we can look for a physical within the next 12 to 24 months. Now, I'm looking at The Searchers. This is a movie, a John Ford Western film that I've actually never seen. I do need to watch this film at some point. But on here, it's saying 12 to 24 months. Now, what I'm thinking is The Searchers is from 1956. I could see this coming out all the way in 2026. Do I want to wait that long? Do you all want to wait that long? Probably not, but I know Warner Brothers and I know what they like to do. They like to market those anniversaries. So I could see them waiting all the way to 2026. I mean, they've waited forever for Nightmare on Elm Street. They're probably going to put that out on 4K this year for the 40th anniversary. I think they're going to wait until the 70th anniversary of this film and put it out in 2026. I could be wrong, but look, if you're a Searchers fan, at least at some point you can look forward to getting The Searchers on 4K. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Panic Room on 4K. This is probably the biggest thing that comes up in the comment section is Panic Room. I feel like people ask me about Panic Room. It's Panic Room and it's From Dusk Till Dawn. And the big reason for both of those is because both of these were announced and then they were just taken off the slate like a couple of weeks before they were supposed to release. And we never got any information about what happened. So I think that's why people bring these up. At least with films like Gravity, which I'm hearing we may actually get, they actually came out and announced, okay, we're not going to do this because of this reason. But Panic Room and From Dusk Till Dawn, they just took them off the slate. And there's been like no explanation. Well, now we have a little bit more clarity on what's going on with Panic Room in 4K. So apparently Sony, and I could have sworn that Paramount was the one that announced Panic Room on 4K. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm getting things mixed up, or maybe there was a rights issue and Paramount wasn't supposed to have it, and that's why it got taken off the slate, because I could have sworn it was Paramount, but somebody correct me in the comment section below. You all usually do, but Sony is supposed to be putting out Panic Room on 4K, and this was revealed by Fincher, and this is going to be a whole separate video, guys. I'm probably going to make a video on 7 because there were some more details on the 7 4K that's come out, and I kind of want to just talk about it in its own like topic video. So look for that later, but in an interview that Fincher did talking about the 4K theatrical release of 7, he talked about and referenced that he was working on Panic Room on 4K currently. So does that mean that we're going to get Panic Room on 4K this year? I'm thinking probably not. I'm thinking it'll probably go into next year, 2025. But who knows, guys? Maybe we could get it this year. Maybe by the holiday time, November, December, we could be seeing Panic Room on 4K. But he is working on it. I don't know what was going on before. Like, why were we 2 weeks away from it being released? Was he not working on it then? But anyways, guys, physical media gets weird sometimes, and I don't know exactly what happens and what goes into all these transfers and the rights issues and all that stuff. But this is the update, guys. Fincher is working on the 4K of Panic Room supposedly right now. He revealed it himself in an interview talking about the 7 4K box set, which we'll get into, guys, in a separate video. There's a lot of stuff to get into with that 7 4K. All right, guys, so that's the rumors. Panic Room on 4K, the Searchers on 4K. Hopefully we can get those at some point. Nice announcements for them. But let's go ahead and jump into the actual news and announcements. And the big one, guys, the big one this week that actually, I hate to say it, has some controversy around it as well, which we'll get into. But Twister, guys, was announced finally to come out on 4K. I've been talking about Twister for probably 3 years on this channel. I think I talked about it about a month ago when the rumblings started to happen, the chatter, the online chatter that we were going to get the official announcement soon. Well, we finally got it. Twister is coming to 4K. Warner Brothers, July the 9th. The pre-order for the Steelbook went up on Groove first, and then it went up on Amazon. I think I linked it on my YouTube community page last week, which, guys, always check out my community page on YouTube. I try to link as much stuff as I can. Amazon links to everything as it goes up. I try to keep you guys as updated on what's going on, deals, all that kind of stuff in my community tab link. So definitely check that out every single day. But the Twister 4K, guys, coming out from Warner Brothers July the 9th. This is going to be a new 4K restoration with HDR. No Dolby Vision, which I know some people were disappointed in that. Me, I'm not too worried about it. I feel like Twister will be okay without Dolby Vision. Now, would I have liked it? Of course, but I feel like this is a movie that, I don't know. I just feel like I don't feel like it's the most colorful film anyway. Lots of greens because things are always going green, right? But I feel like as long as it has the HDR, I'm fine. Would I have liked to have the Dolby Vision? Yes, but I think it'll be okay without Dolby Vision. I'm not freaking out over it or anything. But it's also going to have, guys, look, it doesn't have Dolby Vision, but it does have a Dolby Atmos audio mix. And if there was ever a movie that needed that, it is Twister. This is going to sound incredible. I am looking forward to listening to Twister, to hearing the wind roaring around me. I just think it's going to freaking sound fantastic, and I can't wait for it, guys. But in addition to that, like, this is a really stacked release, and I've been talking about Paramount and Warner Brothers stepping up with their special features, but there's going to be a new special feature here with the director called Legacy of Twister, Taken by the Wind. So there's a brand new special feature on this release. We also got an audio commentary with the director as well, and past features, including, guys, this is the most important part, including Van Halen's music video, Humans Beings, which I definitely love. That was probably one of the first Van Halen songs that I ever heard, honestly, because I feel like I watched Twister before I really got into that band. Guys, I'm just excited. I'm just excited for Twister on 4K. I really am now. As of right now, let's get into the issues. Twister on 4K only has a Steelbook announcement, but as we've seen this year, Warner Brothers has kind of got a... I tried to, look at the patterns, guys. Look at the patterns of all these physical media releases, and I noticed things because I talk about this stuff every single week. Now, the model for Warner Brothers this year, and I can't really explain why, but the model has been, they announced the Steelbook, and then a few weeks later, the slipcover comes out. And the Steelbook always goes up for pre-order on Groove first, and then a few weeks later, we'll get that slipcover announcement. They did it with Doom Part 2. They did it with American Sniper. They did it with The Departed. All of those, the pre-orders for the Steelbooks went up on Groove. Then they went up on Amazon. Then a couple weeks later, we got the slipcover. So I am fully expecting, I know some people weren't happy about just getting the Steelbook, which some people don't like the artwork. It's grown on me. I didn't like it at first, but I like it now. I think it's pretty cool. I talked about all this in a live that I did the other night, but I like that they use the green because it's symbolic for the movie and the going green, when the Twister comes. So I like that. I like it now. Once I realized that, once it clicked, I liked it. But I'm kind of over the silhouette style artwork. I just don't love that. I think they could have done something just a little bit more creative with it for sure. But I like the inside artwork. I think that's really nice. So I like the Steelbook. I'll probably get the Steelbook. To be honest, I'll probably get the slip version as well when it's announced, because this is just one of my all-time favorite movies. But yeah, guys, Twister on 4K. I fully expect we will get that slipcover announcement, and it'll probably have artwork on it because this is Warner Brothers that nobody likes because they never can seem to get it right with their 4K. But maybe for Twister, they'll actually get it right. Just put the damn original poster on there. That's all you have to freaking do. But they'll do some weird crap with cows, I'm sure, involved, and it'll be great. But also, guys, I did put up the pre-order link on Amazon in my community tab, but when you pre-ordered it off of Amazon, and it was on there for like 27 bucks at one point, and on Groove it's currently $29.99. When you pre-ordered it off of Amazon, it said that you were going to get it. The delivery date was like the beginning of January of next year. I'm sure that's not going to be the case. It's just some kind of glitch that's going on with Amazon right now in the pre-order, and I'm sure that something's messed up. Maybe too many people pre-order and they didn't expect that many people to pre-order, and they got to maneuver stuff around. They got to make more, but I expect all these issues to go away by the time this release comes out, because as of right now, I think still as of right now, there are no options to pre-order Twister on Amazon or Groove. Like it's basically saying that it's sold out, which I don't expect to extend to the actual release date. Hopefully not. I can't imagine them not printing enough copies of Twister on 4K. But look, they had to kind of see this coming a little bit. This is a very long awaited 4K. So, but maybe not. Maybe this totally caught them by surprise, but they got to put more in stock. They got to print more. Warner Brothers usually keeps up with their stock for Steelbooks and slipcovers and all that stuff. And like I said, when the slipcover is officially announced, I expect that to kind of level off a little bit. I think they'll print more Steelbooks. They'll make it available. I feel like they will. But regardless, hopefully they get it all sorted out. Twister comes to 4K on July the 9th, and I could not be more excited. Freaking love this movie so much. So Twister on 4K, guys. Let me know if you're excited for it in the comments section below. And we also got The Fall Guy starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. New movie that came out in theaters this weekend. This is coming out from Universal, guys. We've got pre-orders up, but no official release date. There is a 4K, there is a Blu-ray, which, guys, it's Universal, and they're putting a 4K out right away. What's going on? Usually they do the Blu-ray first, and then later on we'll get the 4K. But right now, guys, Universal has a pre-order for the 4K, the Blu-ray, and the DVD currently up on Amazon. And on Zavi.com, we have the 4K, the Blu-ray, and the 4K Steelbook up on Zavi. And I'm thinking that 4K Steelbook is probably going to be a UK only exclusive, because the Steelbook over here is supposed to be a Walmart exclusive. That's what it said on Blu-ray.com. So the one over here is being promoted as a Walmart exclusive. The one in the UK, I think, is on Zavi right now to pre-order. But you can pre-order The Fall Guy if you didn't see it in the theaters, or you saw it in the theaters and you loved it. The option is available. I can't really comment on the movie because I haven't seen it, but I'm looking forward to seeing it at some point. It looks pretty good. I do like Ryan Gosling. Next up, guys, we have The Conversation, a Francis Ford Coppola film starring Gene Hackman. I haven't seen this movie. Don't hurt me, guys. I know everybody's going to freak out when I say I haven't seen this classic film, but I really want to see it. It is getting a 4K limited edition box set from Studio Canal in the UK on July the 15th. This is a brand new 4K restoration with Dolby Vision and HDR, and loads of features, guys. Loads of features in this thing, and a 64-page booklet with 4 new interviews in that booklet, and a cassette tape. That is so cool, guys. A cassette tape in this thing as well with the original soundtrack. And yeah, guys, this thing looks stunning. Big, huge box set of The Conversation, Studio Canal in the UK. So as of right now, we don't have word of a US release, but I imagine that because Lionsgate has the rights over here, that at some point we could be looking at a 4K Steelbook potentially with a nice slipcover. So I would definitely look forward to that. I don't know if I'm going to get this box set because, like I said, I haven't seen this movie. I'm sure it's great, but do I need a big box set of it? But it's good for the fans, the big fans of The Conversation for sure. But hopefully Lionsgate will release that 4K Steelbook over here. I would definitely get excited for that as well. But yeah, guys, The Conversation 4K limited edition box set. Are you excited for that? Let me know. We also have Brokeback Mountain officially announced on 4K. I feel like I talked about this almost a year ago. Now we're getting the announcement from Kino Lorber. This comes out on June the 25th. New 4K master from the original camera negative with Dolby Vision and HDR, a new audio commentary, and plenty of archival features. So like I said, when this was first announced by Kino last year, haven't seen this movie, but I'm sure because this is kind of a Western film, a period piece that takes place in nature, I'm sure it's going to look phenomenal in 4K. So I will absolutely get this at some point and watch this for the first time, because why not? I wish I could quit 4K, but I can't. I got to buy all the 4Ks. Hope you got that reference. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie, but I do know that line. Okay, Brokeback Mountain, guys. Let me know if you're excited in the comment section below. We also have the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare being put out by Lionsgate. No official release date, but I talked about this, I think, maybe a week or two ago. But this movie is getting, for the first time ever that I've seen, a Amazon exclusive 4K Steelbook, because Walmart has been doing the 4K Steelbooks thus far. Now we're getting an Amazon exclusive 4K Steelbook. We have the official image of it up, and this thing looks gorgeous. I haven't seen this movie. It's a new Guy Ritchie film. I think it's still playing in the theaters. So I don't know if I'm going to get this, but this Steelbook does look awesome. If you saw this in the theaters and you like the movie and you want the Steelbook, like, it's an awesome Steelbook. I love the colors. I love the oranges, the yellows, and all that stuff just looks freaking awesome. And I think it's really cool that they're doing an Amazon exclusive Steelbook, because I really don't like pre-ordering from Walmart, and the Steelbooks are never in my stores. I have to drive to one that's like way out of the way to get to the Steelbook. So I appreciate the Amazon exclusives. The only thing that's throwing me off a little bit is the price point. And we've been talking about Lionsgate and their prices for a while now, but this thing is almost $40 on Amazon. So to have to go from $21.99 at Best Buy, which this is a new movie, to be fair, this would have been like $32.99 at Best Buy when it came out. Usually the new movies were a little bit more expensive than the restorations, but it's still more expensive. So hopefully that price point lowers at least down to $34.99 before it comes out. But we also have a 4K and a Blu-ray of this movie coming out, and the pre-orders are also up on Amazon, and we have official artwork of it. And it looks like this also has a Ministry of Filmmaking feature, which is probably some kind of a making of, just looking at the back of this. So yeah, Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, new Guy Ritchie film. Are you excited to get this on physical media? Let me know in the comment section below. We also have more details on the Anchorman 4K, which I did discuss on last week's episode. This is coming out from Paramount on July the 2nd. This is going to be a 3-disc set, and you're going to have the 4K theatrical cut. So only the theatrical cut is going to be on 4K, but you're also going to have a Blu-ray with the theatrical cut and the extended versions. So both of these versions are going to be available on the same disc. And you're also going to have another Blu-ray with Wake Up Ron Burgundy, the Lost Movie. So this apparently is like some kind of like, it's like a bunch of lost clips or deleted clips or something like that, bloopers, and they put it all together like never before seen scenes, or maybe these have been released on past releases, DVD, Blu-ray, I'm not too sure, but all of these are kind of stitched together to create this additional like 90-minute feature, which is called Wake Up with Ron Burgundy, the Lost Movie. But yeah, we got tons of additional features, including Afternoon Delight music video. Look at all the music video love today. Afternoon Delight, Afternoon Delight. I cannot wait. I know you guys were not expecting my singing on the Physical Media Report today, but you got it. But yeah, Afternoon Delight music video, Human Beings by Van Halen music video. I'm excited for all the music videos in the special features. Let me know if you guys are in the comment section below. I'm in a mood today, guys. I don't know what it is. We also got the Captain Phillips 4K Steelbook. This is coming out from Sony on July the 16th. This is going to be a native 4K with Dolby Vision and HDR and Dolby Atmos as well. And we're going to have past features and a commentary. So I don't want to be nitpicky, guys, okay? I've made multiple videos on this, okay? I really like Sony. I really do. They do great work. But again, another Steelbook only release from Sony, and I'm sure that we're not going to get a slipcover announcement for this. So I'm just going to say that. I'm not a fan of that. I'm just not a fan of that, and I'm not going to act like I'm a fan of it. I get it. Captain Phillips 4K Steelbook. Maybe you don't think it warrants multiple versions. Then just do a slipcover. Why are you doing a Steelbook that you have to price at $45 when you can do a slipcover and price that at like $30? It's just, I get it. 4K restorations are expensive, but it's a double standard. Like, we got some studios that aren't doing that. We got other studios that are wanting to charge out the ass for these 4Ks. And I don't like it. I'm for the consumer, guys. I'm for you guys. Okay. I care about options, and I care about these price points trying to remain affordable, because if they don't, then people are going to stop collecting. And I don't like that. Okay? That's not beneficial to anybody in physical media. And I'm sorry for the rant. But anyway, Captain Phillips 4K Steelbook. I got the movie on Blu-ray. To be honest, I haven't seen it. I need to watch this movie. I do have it on Blu-ray though. Probably won't get this 4K Steelbook, but it is cool that we are getting a 4K of Captain Phillips. I'm sure it's going to look great on 4K. It's out in the water. It's got Tom Hanks. So I'm sure 4K will be great of Captain Phillips. Anyway, let's move on. But let's go ahead and jump into the Scream Shout July announcements. I made an entire video about this last week talking about, is this quantity over quality? Some people got upset about that because some of these movies people like. But my issue with this, guys, I'll just say this up front. I like Scream Factory for their horror selection. That's really what I use them for. So when they're not announcing the most exciting horror titles or some cool horror titles for me to get excited for, I'm not excited. I don't get excited about some of this stuff, even though it's cool that some of these are getting 4Ks, and I will possibly get some of these on 4K at some point. I just don't think this is the most exciting slate, but there is a ton of different types of diverse films in this catalog that's coming out, but it's a lot of stuff, and to me, it's a lot of stuff I'm just not that interested in. But let's go ahead and get into it. We got UHF on 4K, guys, July the 2nd. We're going to have all the packages for this one. We've got multiple slipcover packages. We've got a package with pins. We got a package with pins and posters and lobby cards, and UHF with Weird Al is getting the premiere treatment. It's a movie I haven't seen. I do love Weird Al, and I'm hoping to watch this one when the 4K comes out. I probably will pick this up at some point because I do not have the Blu-ray. Phantoms on 4K comes out on July the 16th, and you can call this one a horror film. I don't really remember this movie being all that scary or all that horrific. This is more of kind of like a sci-fi film to me when I think about it. I haven't seen this movie in quite some time. But cool, I guess, because I was looking into this. If you're a fan of this movie, this is cool because this movie never got a standalone Blu-ray. It was in a 3-pack back in the day that's going for like $80 right now. So, maybe you could be lucky and find this one in like a thrifting spot or something, but there's really no way to get Phantoms on Blu-ray unless you pay $80 to get this multi-pack. So it's cool that Scream Factory is kind of rescuing this film on physical media, putting it out on 4K because there's probably going to be a Blu-ray as well with a 4K scan. I do think that's cool. I just don't remember liking this movie. Okay, so it's hard for me to get excited for this one. But Phantoms on 4K coming out July the 16th. Dark Angel with Dolph Lundgren's coming out on 4K on July the 9th. I probably heard the most people excited for this one, so that actually intrigues me a little bit. So maybe I will also get this at some point. The Boy and the Heron is coming to 4K and getting a 4K Steelbook. A lot of people were very excited about this and also stated that this is the first Studio Ghibli title to get a 4K, which is also very cool. So there is some cool stuff in here, guys. But like I said, when Scream Factory drops announcements, I expect at least a couple of cool horror titles that I can get excited for. This doesn't have that. And that's what I get excited about Scream Factory for. But anyway, we also have House of Gucci coming out on 4K on July the 30th. I've got a Blu-ray of this. I don't need the 4K. Maybe it looks great on 4K. Who knows? Who's That Girl on Blu-ray? This is cool because this is first time on Blu-ray. Madonna movie, July the 2nd for this movie. Red Sonja is coming out on Blu-ray on July the 16th. This one I don't get because this has a 4K overseas. So why not get the 4K for over here? We also got Storytelling coming out on Blu-ray on July the 9th. We have Ali G in the House on Blu-ray, which is Borat, Sacha Baron Cohen. This comes out on July the 30th. We have Point Break. All these Steelbooks are being re-released because they were Best Buy exclusive Steelbooks. They're going to be on Amazon. They're going to be on the Shout Factory website. We got Point Break on 4K Steelbook, July the 2nd. We got Natural Born Killers 4K Steelbook on July the 2nd. And we have Weird Al, or Weird 4K Steelbook on July the 2nd as well. So lots of stuff that Scream Shout is putting out in the month of July. We also have Late Night with the Devil getting an awesome Blu-ray collector's edition. I did an entire video on this as well. This coming out from Umbrella Entertainment. There's going to be a Night Owls Club collector's edition with VHS tape that is supposedly, this is what people have been telling me, that Umbrella, I think, actually sent them an email. They didn't send me an email, though, that this is supposedly region locked. The VHS tape is region locked. The Blu-ray is probably going to be fine. You can play it on anything. Guys, look, I haven't been collecting since I was a kid. Like, my family had a VHS tape collection, but I bought a lot of VHS tapes myself when I got in my teen years. So I've been watching VHS tapes my entire life. I didn't know there were region locked VHS tapes. I just did not know that was a thing. So apparently it's called like PAL locked or something. It's in the UK. So you can only play this VHS tape in the UK, or maybe it's Australia. That would make more sense because this is coming out in Australia. So apparently you're not going to be able to play this VHS tape unless you have the right VHS player in the United States. So definitely keep that in mind if you're in the States and you order this. That VHS tape is supposedly region locked. I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it is. But this is a really awesome collector's edition, booklets and all kinds of stuff in here that I cannot wait to get, guys. I am 100% getting this. I really like this movie a lot. I think it's really cool that it's getting this kind of edition and treatment, but could it be getting another edition and treatment in the States? Maybe. We'll talk about it here in a second. Regular collector's edition and standard release as well. So it's going to be getting a regular box set release with not all the extra fluff and stuff along with it. The VHS tape, it's not going to have any of that, just the regular box set. And it's also getting a standard release as well. And like I said, the Blu-ray on all the umbrellas that I've ever watched are all region free. They may say region B, but they're all region free. But also keep in mind that in the States, RLJE puts out a lot of Shudder originals. So it's very possible that RLJE can do a standalone Blu-ray of Late Night with the Devil. So if you saw it and you liked it a lot, but you don't need this big elaborate like box set from Umbrella in Australia, probably wait a couple months and it's probably going to be put out from RLJE, or it could be put out from Vinegar Syndrome, as the new partner label in Vinegar Syndrome was revealed last week to be Shudder. Shudder is a partner of Vinegar Syndrome, which we'll get into in a second with the announcements. But that's very cool. And that leads my brain in all kinds of different directions of the movies they could possibly do that were Shudder originals. So I think that's awesome. Will they do Late Night with the Devil? I think it's possible. I think it's possible because this is such a popular movie that it could happen. But I also heard that the filmmaker said it won't happen. So who knows what's going on? So I know we'll get this in the States, whether it's with RLJE or Vinegar Syndrome, we will get Late Night with the Devil in the States. Just probably not this big elaborate box set that Umbrella's doing. But let's go ahead and jump into the Vinegar Syndrome and partner label announcements. I'm not going to discuss every single partner label, but I will discuss what to me were the highlights. We have Riddle of Fire. This is a VSP release coming out on Blu-ray, and this was announced as a part of the May lineup. So the May lineup for Vinegar Syndrome is always very weird because we get announcements in March for the halfway to Black Friday sale, the May announcements, and then we get like one announcement at the beginning of May, and then we get the other two at the end of the month when they do the halfway to Black Friday sale. So right now we just got Riddle of Fire. The VSP was announced to come out on Blu-ray. We also got, as a part of the partner labels, which we got 13 new partner labels announced. We got the Amityville Curse coming to Blu-ray from Canadian International Pictures. We also got Brooklyn 45 coming out on Blu-ray. This is a part of the Shudder partner label that I just talked about. This is the first surprise release. Like, no, I don't think they made any kind of announcement that Shudder was a new partner. But with this announcement, so Brooklyn 45 is coming out on Blu-ray as a part of the Shudder partner label from Vinegar Syndrome. So very cool. I can honestly, guys, I don't know if I see a Late Night with the Devil being announced in this line. I feel like they're going to use this line as indication of Brooklyn 45. Just for the more like underappreciated, under the radar titles on Shudder. So maybe some movies that never got physical releases by RLJE that have been stuck on Shudder. I see them using this line for that. I could be wrong. Maybe they'll do Host. Maybe they'll do Psycho Goreman or something like that. But I feel like they'll put the stuff out that hasn't got physical releases, that are Shudder originals that people really like, and they didn't have the opportunity to get out otherwise. So that's kind of just what I feel about this new line from Shudder. But it's very cool. It's a very cool development that a streaming service is working as a partner label with Vinegar Syndrome. I think that's really awesome, and that could open the doors for more stuff like that in the future. We also have Houseboat Horror coming out on Blu-ray from Umbrella, the partner label Umbrella, because we have the Umbrella label in the Australia, but they're also a partner label of Vinegar Syndrome, and I already have Houseboat Horror from Umbrella, but now we're getting it as a partner label in the States from Vinegar Syndrome. We got Game of Pleasure coming out on Blu-ray from VHS Hit Fest. We have the old ones coming out on Blu-ray from Dark Star, and we have Slopes Game Room, cult movies, shows, and classic comics coming out from ETR Media. And this one looks pretty damn cool because this goes into video game tie-ins for movies. And they broke down like all the movies that they were kind of tying in and going back and seeing the history of the video games that tied into these movies. And it sounded pretty damn awesome. I think Friday the 13th was one of them as well. So I imagine they'll go back and talk about the NES game, and then they'll talk about the recent multiplayer game as well. So this one seemed pretty damn cool. I got the Slopes Game Room last release, and it kind of covered like a lot of the Sega games and stuff, I think is what it was. I didn't actually watch it, but I need to at some point. But this one seems pretty damn awesome, and I do kind of want to get this one. And lastly, guys, we got Bruiser coming to 4K. This is a George A. Romero film from Indicator in the UK. This is coming out on July the 22nd. This is going to be a new restoration with Dolby Vision and HDR, with new interviews and features as well. So very cool to see another George A. Romero film get that 4K treatment. But that's the news and announcements. Let's go ahead and jump into the deals. There's not a lot of deals going on right now, to be completely honest, but we do have the WandaVision Blu-ray Steelbook currently on sale for $30.99. We got the UHF Blu-ray, guys. If you don't want to get the 4K, the Blu-ray is on sale currently for $11.49. We also have that Titanic 4K set for $115.98. I think that's the lowest it's been. I think it was up to like $140, $150 when it first came out. We also got Synchronic on Blu-ray for $10.99. We got the color purple on Blu-ray, the new one for $16.95. We got Pacific Rim on 4K for $15.99. We got My Bloody Valentine. The Screen Factory Blu-ray is currently $16.03. And we got the Columbia Classics 4K Volume 4. This always pains me to talk about. Is still $143.94, which is about $100 less than I paid for it when it first came out. But anyway, not a lot of deals going on right now, guys, but I will link those deals down below in the description. Now, let's go ahead and jump into what is new this week. We got a huge release coming out this week, which I've already reviewed on the channel, and that is The Crow coming out on 4K from Paramount. This is getting a regular 4K for $24.49 on 4K Steelbook, which hopefully will come back in stock for $30.99, and a 4K Walmart Steelbook for $29.23. So right now, guys, the Steelbooks are currently sold out. I'm really hoping, because this is Paramount, they're usually pretty good about this, they put some of these Steelbooks back in stock at some point. So even if you can't get it this week, maybe hold out hope that this will come out eventually on 4K Steelbook. So yeah, The Crow, guys, like I said, I reviewed this on the channel last week. If you missed my review of it, go check it out. So I'll try to link it up below, or link it down below, or put it at the end of this video. I'll put it somewhere, but check it out if you want to see my thoughts on The Crow before you buy it yourself. We also got the Fletch movies, Fletch and Fletch Lives, coming out from Kino Lorber for $18.59. We got Night Falls on Manhattan coming out from Arrow Video for $25.99. We got One from the Heart, which is another Francis Ford Coppola film, coming out on 4K from Lionsgate for $34.49. We got High Noon coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber for $25.99. Also getting a Blu-ray release for $18.59. We have 3 new MVD Rewind releases coming out this week, guys. Joysticks on Blu-ray for $21.78. Hardware Wars on Blu-ray for $14.89. And Sabotage on Blu-ray for $21.78. We also have the Frivolous Lola coming out on 4K from Cult Epics for $49.99. Also getting a Blu-ray release for $34.99. We have A Story of Floating Weeds and Floating Weeds coming out on Blu-ray, double pack, 2 movies from Criterion for $27.99. We got The Addams Family 1 and 2 on 4K from Screen Factory for $35.99. We also have 4 new Warner Archive releases coming out this week, guys, including The Mask of Fu Manchu for $22.59, The Rain People for $24.49, The Devil's Doorway for $21.99, and a Scooby-Doo Zombie Island double feature for $16.99. So very cool stuff coming out, guys. We got Postal coming out on 4K for Massacre Video for $28.78. We have 2 new Kino Lorber releases coming out this week, including Secret Beyond the Door for $17.49 and Monk Season 6 for $32.99. We also have Too Much Sleep coming out from Whole Grain Pictures for $26.13. We have 2 Full Moon releases coming out on Blu-ray, Shadow Zone for $15.78 and Bad CGI Gator, sounds like a hell of a title, for $21.95. We also have Zero Woman Red Handcuffs coming out from Cauldron Films for $24.48. We got Castle Keep and Bobby Deerfield double pack coming out from Mill Creek Entertainment for $14.48. We also have Spider Labyrinth coming out on 4K from Severin for $35.33. Also a Blu-ray release for $26.13. And lastly, we have We Go On coming out on Blu-ray from Lightyear for $24.96. And with that, guys, we are done with this week's edition of the Physical Media Report. I hope you feel more informed in the world of physical media. Please, if you can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, follow me on all of my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.